Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and for today's video, we're going to be going over my finances from the month of October 2022. October is already over. We are basically well into November and it's practically 2023. So I'm going to go over my income, my spending, as well as an update on all of my savings balances and my net worth. And finally, my credit score. So let's go ahead and jump in since these videos are always pretty long. First thing though, I do want to mention are my goals that I set for October. They're typically the same every single month, but just the numbers change a little bit. So the first goal I set was to reach $23,000 saved for my student loan debt, which I did. I did get a little bit over 23,000 and I will share that number with you in just a moment. My second goal was to make at least $2,000 between my online and extra income. I didn't quite hit that. I was less than $200 away, but that's okay. I mean, $1,800 or so is still extremely helpful and I'm very grateful for that. So I'll give you that exact number in just a bit. And then I always upload a monthly income report from my side hustles and extra income, so look out for that video later this weekend. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to my spreadsheet. So I do have this link down below if you are interested. It's a template for this spreadsheet and you can make a copy for yourself. Please do not request access. I still deal with those on a daily basis. It's like nobody hears me saying this. Do not request access. I will just ignore you. You have to make a copy of it and then you can use this template for yourself. You can edit it as you please. And I do have a separate video on like setting up Google Sheets, which I do need to do an update on because I've, since figured out more things. But for now, I do have that video, which I can share with y'all in the description box. So up here at the top, we have my income, my work income, $3,665.42. You can see that was my two paychecks were the same. I get paid on the 15th of the month and the last day of the month. This is after my taxes, after health insurance, after my 401k. Business income, I earned $1,822.41, which is pretty promising. So not as, I want it to be over 2K, just business alone, definitely, but this is still really, really great and I'm happy with this number. This number off to the side is just calculating the taxes. It's just like a rough tax number that I put into savings. But yeah, if you are interested in where this money comes from, stay tuned for my online and extra income report video. Other income was pretty low this month. I think this is the lowest other income that I've had in quite some time. So that's $112.06. The bulk of this is from credit card cashback. One other thing thrown in there, but yeah, so this is primarily credit card cashback, which if you look at that, that's really not too bad in my opinion. I love credit card rewards. Altogether, my income is about $5,600. And then I did pull some money from my sinking funds. You can see $500 as well as $316, and I will explain where that money came from as I go through my actual spending. So I had about $6,415 to work with for the month of October. So let's talk about where that money went. First up, taxes. As I said, up here it says about $364. I'm able to write off quite a bit when it comes to my business, as well as I'm contributing to my 401k, which altogether everything ties in, and I don't need to always save this high of an amount. It just depends. Plus this is a higher estimate of what I actually need to save. So I did $350 and that goes to my sinking fund for my taxes. I don't really count this toward anything. It's just sitting there waiting for me to pay my estimated taxes. Sinking funds, I budgeted $600. I ended up only doing $400 here. Now, as I was adding everything up, I realized that this has been wrong for 3 months anyway. So I had stopped, once I purchased my MacBook, this MacBook here, I stopped contributing to that sinking fund to purchase a new MacBook. So instead of $600, it went down to $500. So I think since July, I've been reporting the wrong number. So I'll have to fix that going forward. I did kind of adjust it for November, my November budget, I think, but I still think that's wrong. So I gotta go back and look into that. But I stopped contributing to travel as well as phone, and I'll discuss that in just a moment, but that's what was removed I was putting 100 to travel and 50 to phone, like a new phone. So that's why this is now just 400, or that's what I did for October. But I'll show you what I have in each of my sinking funds, because those numbers I know are for sure correct. I just kind of lost track of how much I was actually putting to those each month. Roth IRA, as y'all know from a recent Transfer Tuesday, I ended up doing 500. I didn't mean to. This was some sort of glitch on the website. So I did 200 at one point, but it submitted that twice, so it ended up being 400. I had already done 100 earlier in the month. So I typically only do 300, ended up being 500. That's fine. I am planning on maxing out my Roth IRA for 2022 no matter what, but I'm just waiting to see what happens with the student loan debt. And I would prefer to be debt free rather than maxing out my Roth IRA, or at least I wouldn't max it out in 2022. We have until April 2023. So no matter what, even if I'm still in debt, I'm still gonna max it out. Okay, donate, I budgeted 75. I did donate 75. I always donate to a dog rescue or some sort of animal rescue. This month I did Barkville, which I'm going to link down below. They are an amazing animal rescue group. The foster that I had before, she was from the shelter, but eventually Barkville Dog Rescue took her in as one of their dogs, but she got adopted pretty quickly under them. But still, they help tons of dogs and cats, and that's primarily who my sister fosters through, so I really like them. So that will be linked down below if you are looking for a great cause to donate to. Rent, trash, and pest budgeted $1,537. That is on point. Wi-Fi is $55 with Google Fiber. Electricity, so I had a notice that it was going to be $91, but it was actually $72. So $72 was taken from my bank account, even though I went to the website and it said your next bill will be $91 for October, but it didn't end up being that. That pushed to November. So I have no clue. Under budget there by $19. Water and sewage, luckily, is still low. $17.01 is correct. Groceries, I budgeted 400, and I really don't know what happened here. So it ended up being $487.80, so $87.80 over budget. I will say that my boyfriend and I did take like a little weekend trip, and I feel like that cost a little bit more because I ended up buying like groceries for both of us, and typically I don't do that, perfectly fine with me, but still, I don't know how this was so expensive. Again, same with last month. There were some times that I would just like randomly go to the grocery store and like pick up something that I forgot or that I wanted. So yeah, like $10.60 here, $6.99 here. I don't remember what these things are. $12.34. It's not a problem to me. It's not like I'm buying anything crazy. Like, it's food. It would be a lot more expensive if it was food out. So yeah, it is what it is. But I did go over budget. Household, I also went over budget. So I budgeted 25, ended up spending $67.15. Here I broke down what I purchased. So I actually bought moss poles for my Monstera, who's chilling right here next to me. So I can't even remember what I named my Monstera. I name all my plants, but I haven't. Anyways, he's been a little sad lately, and somebody had commented that I should get a moss pole because they need to like be going up. So that's what I bought. Anyways, I got some detergent. I did get 2 bottles of hand soap because I needed some, and then I got sponges like for washing dishes and for cleaning. Much more than I anticipated here, but I don't think I don't need to get detergent or hand soap or sponges for quite some time. Food out, also over budget here. So I budgeted 15, ended up spending $30.52. With this $30.52, I got kava one time, I got coffee one time, and then my friend and I went to Mellow Mushroom and I got a hoagie. I did also go and get pizza, but I had an Uber Eats gift card from work, so that was paid for through that. So yeah, this isn't horrible. I don't like to go over budget on food out, and it's not like, I don't know, going out to eat is so expensive these days, but I guess I did pretty decent for these things. And the coffee was 65 cents because it was like a free, I had points on Dunkin' Donuts, and then I think the oat milk cost me money. As for my car, I unfortunately went over budget here as well. Budgeted 65, ended up going twice, which cost $69.26. So this also has to do with the trip that my boyfriend and I went on. We ended up driving up north to the mountains, almost at Tennessee, but not quite. We went to Cloudland Canyon, and that's like over a 3-hour drive. Plus, we couldn't find our Airbnb when we first got out there, so I was driving unnecessarily for like a solid 30 minutes plus. Not that that really added to this too much, but yeah, I did have to get gas before going and then on the way back as well. Student loan savings, I set a budget of, or I planned on $1,300, ended up saving $908.25. This is because I thought I had to save $1,300 in order to get to that $23K savings mark, but I really only needed like $800 something. So this worked out. I mean, it would be better to put $1,300 to my student loan savings, but I wasn't quite able to do that. So 908 is still pretty good. Health and beauty, I budgeted $200. I did pretty bad in October. I'm not really, like, I knew this, but I don't know. Okay, everything's over budget. $336.98. Sculptube, my medication, razors, lotion, vitamins, and I got a massage. So my vitamins were the most expensive thing here, actually. I think that was like $150 something. I ended up purchasing like multiple vitamins that I needed, so those are quite expensive. Fine with me. The massage is $100 plus I tipped $25, and then yeah, that's those are the two main expensive things here. So over budget by $136.98, but that's all right. Phone was $30. So again, I talked about this in my November budget, but I don't really have to pay this because I have a free trial of Mint Mobile right now. The only reason I'm paying this is because I screwed up my family's plan, because since I left the plan, they're now having to pay $10 extra per person. So I'm just doing it. I don't know if I should just like, I don't know what to do. I want to keep Mint Mobile. I do like it, and it's $10 cheaper than what I typically pay. So I still haven't decided. But I do have a Mint Mobile link down below if you are interested. You can get a plan for as low as $15, or you can get the unlimited plan for $30, which is what I currently have. Dogs, that goes to my sister, $160. Business, I budgeted $50. Yeah, went over budget here as well. That was $136.98. Netflix is $15.49. That one's good. Personal, $0. Happy to say it's $0. So y'all know that I went a little crazy in September. I'll probably spend quite a bit in November, but hey, at least some months I do nothing. Like, that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm fine with it. Car wash. I was supposed to get a car wash in September. Finally got it in October, but I also, when I got my service done on my car back in September, they mentioned that I need the cabin air filter replaced. Like, it's been saying that. I've been needed to replace the cabin air filter for a couple of years now, I'm pretty sure. But they charge like $65 to replace it, plus the labor and all that. So I just bought that myself. I'm going to change it myself. Have I changed it yet? No, I haven't, but it's chilling in my car waiting to be changed. That cost $11.77. I got that off Amazon, and then I did get a car wash, ended up paying $15 for that instead of $10 to get like the wax added to my tires, but it was a waste of money. I should have just stuck with the $10 car wash. Okay, gifts, I budgeted $100, ended up only getting one thing. That was $7 for my sister's birthday. I don't think I even pulled from my sinking fund for that. Parking, paid $30, so one thing was $5, the other was $25. $25 at a concert, $5 I think at Cloudland Canyon. Did we have to pay for that? That makes sense. Yes, we paid $5 to go hiking at Cloudland Canyon. So I'm fine with that. Actually, I budgeted $80 for the whole year for parking, and I'm still under that. So close, but still under. Travel. So this one was added on along with parking. I added that on. I didn't plan for parking. My boyfriend and I ended up booking a trip in December. Yeah, so I spent $1,444.22. You can kind of see the math up here, but basically my boyfriend is paying for the bulk of it. and this is what I'm paying. So part of the money that I pulled from my sinking funds, the $500 that came from my travel sinking fund, that's as much as I had in there, plus some, like $503 or something. But I just pulled out 500. That is why I stopped contributing or saving for travel for now, and then we'll just go from there. I would like to build that back up. I also really want to get into travel hacking more so, but I find that I've listened to like several podcasts. I've watched videos on people who do travel hacking and using the credit cards. I've read blog posts. A lot of the cards, the ones that I want, especially like with the best sign-up bonuses, require you to spend $4,000 in 3 months. And I just don't know if I can do that. Like, yes, I have rent, but I can't pay with a credit card. My student loans, that's usually $1,000 or so. I can't do that with the credit card. Like health and beauty, let's say I do $300 per month for 3 months. That's $900. Could I do that? I don't think I could. I just don't want to sign up for one of those cards and then feel the pressure of having to spend $4,000 in 3 months, even though I don't need to, So let me see, like this would be maybe an average. Okay, maybe I could. I don't know. That's 1 month of spending. So that times 3, I could get close to it. Okay, I'm gonna look this weekend into some cards. I maybe can do it because they offer some pretty decent points and I would like to get into that more. But anyways, that's what I spent for travel. I'm taking way too long so far. Phone. Okay, this was another thing that was added on. I did purchase a new phone. I did get the Google Pixel 7, and the reason that I did this is because I had the Samsung Galaxy S10, and they were offering me $262 as a trade-in. So that's still pending. It's actually still shipping. The shipping is taking really long. I'm a little bit concerned because I shipped it a week ago and it's still not there. Luckily I have tracking on it and stuff, but still. So I should be getting $262 back, assuming everything checks out. That does include like the damage that was on the screen. Like they asked if the screen was cracked. I said yes, and they still offered $262. So they have a really great trade-in program right now, which is part of the reason why I did it. I wanted a better quality camera. My old phone was starting to slow down. The charge wasn't lasting very long. So the phone plus the charger, because you have to buy like the separate charger these days, that was $673.92. I also bought a phone case for $38.85, and then $10 for a screen protector, for 2 screen protectors and a camera protector. So that's where that $722 came from, and I did pull $316 from my phone sinking fund, and that's also why I stopped saving for a phone. October was bad, as you can see. I'm happy because I hit my goal. I didn't do any personal spending, so that's good. I didn't plan to. I know phone is technically personal, but also I can write that off as a business expense since I do use it for my business. But yeah, in total, I spent $7,479.20, quite a bit over budget. As I talked about in a Transfer Tuesday video, I did have to have some of my credit card roll over into the next month, but I'm not paying any interest on it because that's just the way it works. Like if you pay everything by the statement date, there's not going to be interest on it. I'm not counting myself as being in debt because we're in November now. It's the 3rd of November and that's already paid off. So it's like, yeah, I don't have any credit card debt. Always pay it off, but that's where this negative comes in. So I did have credit card debt. I didn't have enough money to pay everything off on the last day of October because I needed to make sure I had enough for rent and all that. But yeah, all works out. Okay, now we are going to go over the fun stuff. All of my savings, investments, my net worth, and my credit score. All these numbers that I'm about to share for my sinking funds here are the final balances that were in these accounts on the final day of the month with the interest added onto it. I have all of these saved in Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Same thing with my investments. These are all from the final day of October. So starting with taxes, that is $651.69. Again, that money I don't count toward anything. I don't count it toward my net worth. And that's because that's really not my money. I just put it toward my quarterly estimated tax payments. Emergency fund, didn't add anything to it, but the interest increased a bit there. So $6,073.01. Gifts, $302.24. So I added 75 to that, plus the interest. Travel, that is down. So that's at $4.08 since I did pull 500 from it. So there was some like $3 and some change in there, but then the interest added a bit to it. Car maintenance is at $1,530.27. Car insurance is at $183.06. Beauty is going up nicely, $857.93. Beauty sinking fund is just for like future beauty stuff, like cosmetic stuff that I wanted. But I don't know, there's some complications with that just because the stuff that I wanted I may not be able to do, so I'm really not sure. We're just gonna keep adding to it. Zero to Profit was a project I was working on. Haven't really done anything with that. That's at $14.19. House sinking fund, which was previously my MacBook sinking fund, it's just at 73 cents. Haven't added anything. And then phone was the one I pulled from. I did have 316 in there because the $50 was already saved for October, but then I pulled it back out. So 40 cents gained in interest basically. So that one was depleted. And then student loan savings went up to $23,152.53, which is great. This one is where I gained the most interest, of course. So I gained $52.53 in interest. I talked about this in my recent Transfer Tuesday video. And altogether, I have $32,770.13 saved in cash, which just is mind-blowing. I like to just look back okay, so I had 21,000 at the start of the year. We are 10,000 up. Sinking funds, I'm telling you, sinking funds are your best friend. I love them so much. They've come in handy. I can't tell you how many times. Having an emergency fund is just so peaceful. I am so grateful that like 6,000 may not be a lot for some people, but just knowing that I have that there if I absolutely needed it, plus all of these other balances, it helps you sleep at night. You know, honestly, it really does. Plus, like, I haven't been paying my student loans because I don't need to. They're in forbearance and at 0% interest, and I'm just waiting on that. So if I absolutely needed cash, which you typically don't need cash instantly, but if for some reason I needed $23,000, like, I have it, and that it does bring me a lot of peace, just having this amount of cash. And I know that with inflation and everything, you do technically lose money on it, but I think it's also a mindset thing. You know, I prefer to feel I feel more comfortable having a decent amount of cash in my possession. And by cash, I mean in a high yield savings account. I literally don't have any like dollar bills. I have coins that are just like adding up from, you know, I find stuff on the floor, and I've had that since I was a little girl probably, but I don't hold on to paper cash. This is all in a sinking fund. That's what I mean by cash, because I can access it. It's not invested. Okay, anyways, we're going to move on to my investments, and we have my Roth IRA first, which is at $10,631.31. So we are up 13.8%. This is one of the largest jumps so far this year. Well, in recent months anyway. 401k is at $4,525.14. So you can see up 22.2%. That's pretty good. $600 gets invested into that. M1 Finance, M1 Invest, this is my brokerage account, $5,670.90, or up 8.1%. Coinbase, didn't put anything here. That is up 9.5% at $295.46. Webull, I just have one stock. I'm waiting for it to go up, and then I'll sell it. It's a Starbucks stock. It did go up 2.6% to $88.15. And then finally, Fidelity, same thing here. waiting for this to go past 150 and then I'll sell it. But that did also go up 2.2% to $142.04. Altogether, I'm at $21,353 even invested. And that's an increase altogether of 13.7%. So October finished on a pretty strong note. Not strong, it hasn't like gone back up to where it was. That's fine with me. I kind of hope it stays at this amount or like goes down, because this is a great opportunity to be buying and building our wealth. So I am absolutely fine with the stocks going down. I am nowhere close to retirement. So for me, this is, I have the option to purchase stocks on sale, and that will help me in the long run, help you as well, you know? So now is the time to buy. Okay, so now we're gonna come down to see my net worth, and all of those numbers are listed here, excluding the taxes, but I also add in the final balance that I had in my checking account, which was quite low. My total assets, $54,063.46, highest I've ever had, wow. And my liabilities are still the same, just $36,000 of student loan debts. So if we take the difference, I have a positive net worth of $18,063.46. So you can see my little net worth chart here going up. Happy about it, that's really good. And I always like to show this one. This is from 2021 and 2022. Lots of ups and downs, and who knows, maybe next month I'll be back down. But I do hope that by December I hit the 25K mark, because that is my goal. I don't really have much control over that, but we'll see what happens. It all depends on the student loan debt cancellation and the stock market. So otherwise I don't have much control. Just continue to save, continue to invest as I normally do. Only other thing to share is my credit score, my Vantage score. I get this through Credit Karma. That is still the same at 778. Overall, I would say October, you know, my budget was a little crazy. We were in the red in a lot of categories, but I still feel good about it. I hit my student loan debt savings goal. I booked some travel, which I'm really excited about. That is something that I am happy to spend on. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I think it's worth it, and I'm very, very excited. It's an experience and a new place that I've never been to. I was able to pull from sinking funds. At least I had I pulled over $800 from sinking funds, and the same with last month. Like I had money for purchases, and I think that is such a great thing. I'm just so grateful that I have that money chilling there for me to pull from when I need it. I didn't do any personal spending, so that's good. I did, I budgeted to not do any personal spending, and I'm happy I stuck with that. So no, it wasn't perfect, but there were some pretty strong points about October, and I am happy about it. So comment down below how your October went. Please feel free to share if you hit your money goals or what your goals are for November, anything that you would like to share. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.